You swear again.
Sorry.
You swear again.
Sorry.
You swear again.
I'm
You're going to
sorry.
be in contempt of court and you're going to go to jail.
Okay.
This courtroom hearing starts with a father begging to see his children after 5 years of no contact. But by the end of the hearing, the judge completely cuts him off from them. And what makes this case so intense is that the court had already given him another chance before this day even started. The judge explains there was a reunification plan already in place. Counseling, substance abuse treatment, supervised steps, all designed to help him slowly reconnect with his kids safely. But according to the court, he failed to follow through, delayed the process for months, and then crossed another line by trying to contact one of his children directly through the school. Now the father says he's sober and changed. He insists he only wants to know his children are safe. But as this hearing unfolds, every interruption and emotional outburst starts pushing the judge further away. And by the end, this turns from a custody hearing into a brutal lesson about accountability, control, and why family court focuses more on actions than promises.
This is file number 205282DC. The matter is captioned Murphy versus Murray. There is a pretty significant history in this case, and the court will set it up. Entered an order back on September 9th of the year 2024, holding all of Mr. Murphy's parenting time in abeyance. Following year, in July of 2025, filed a motion asking the court to give him another chance and start parenting time anew. The court thought that, well, you know, it's always good to give somebody a chance. If kids can have their father in their lives safely, then they should. So I referred the matter to our referee to litigate the issue and see whether or not it's in the best interest of the minor children that their dad be back in their lives. The parties came to an agreement on September 30th of the year 2025, and they placed their agreement on the record. Attorney would prepare an order, but Mr. Murphy wouldn't sign it. And it went a really long time with no activity on the file because Mr. Murphy wouldn't sign the order. In fact, Attorney Wood had to, you can shake your head all you want, but I'm going to get this out. You know, you're going to have a chance to respond, but right now I'd like you to just sit there and listen, please. Okay. In fact, Mr. Murphy had to file a motion and ask the court to enter the order because Mr. Murphy wouldn't sign it. April of this year that the court was able to enter that order, which set up a framework of what Mr. Murphy was supposed to do before he could resume parenting time. He was supposed to submit to a counselor. He was supposed to submit to alcohol and drug testing. He actually a drug and alcohol assessment. There were just a lot of steps that the parties agreed Mr. Murphy would have to take before he'd be reunited with his children. But we lost a lot of that time because the order wasn't entered from September until April. Mr. Murphy was attempting to contact one of the children through school, called the school and said, I need to talk to my daughter, have her come down to the office. And one of the school personnel, teacher, principal, or whomever called Miss Murray and says, hey, is this supposed to happen? And so Miss Murray was very concerned about this attempt at contact, asked the court to enter an order preventing Mr. Murphy from contacting the children in school, which the court did. It did sign the order. But
I'm sorry. I haven't seen my kids in 5 years. I don't even know what.
Whose fault is that?
Not all my.
That's your fault. It absolutely is your fault.
No, it's not.
Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to argue?
I want to see my kid.
Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to argue?
We can have a hearing. I want to see.
Are you sure we can have a hearing? Because I'd like to get through
I
this.
have no control. You're in control of everything. All you guys are.
Really? Meet me at the podium. Please raise your right hand. You promise that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I have no choice. Yes.
Do you? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Let me ask you a couple questions. Let's see who has control. Have you located and set up counseling with a reunification counselor?
I didn't agree to.
Did you or didn't you?
No. I don't have insurance.
Did you or didn't you
Laid off from my
complete
job.
A recommended treatment and services following a prevention and treatment services through PATS? Yes or no?
No, but I've done a bunch of that
you
through
didn't.
my probation.
You may have a seat. You
Okay.
didn't do either of those things that you said you were going to do to be able to see your
This
children.
is the moment where the hearing really starts turning against him. Notice how the judge keeps bringing everything back to one issue: responsibility. The father keeps talking emotionally about missing his kids, but the court is focused on whether he actually followed the steps required to reunify with them. And according to the judge, he didn't. He admits he never completed counseling, never finished treatment, and didn't comply with the process the parties agreed to months earlier. That's a huge problem in family court because judges don't just want apologies, they want proof of long-term stability and effort. What also hurts him here is his behavior in court. He keeps interrupting, arguing, and reacting emotionally while the judge is trying to question him directly. And whether people agree with him or not, courtroom behavior matters. Judges watch closely to see how someone handles pressure, especially in custody cases involving children. So here's the question. If someone truly changes, should emotional frustration be understandable? Or does losing control in court actually prove the judge's concerns?
Children.
Yes, sir.
That's on you.
Yes, sir.
The court signed the order. Mr. Wood, come on up and give me your argument as to why that order ought to continue.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you. The reason we'd like it to continue is that the agreement kind of implies that the contact that will be established between dad and the children would happen through the reunification counselor and making sure dad is taking care of some of the treatments from some of the things that were related to his past use of alcohol and drugs, and then keep the children safe. Being able to go to the school to either speak to the children or potentially remove the children from the school would kind of thwart the purpose of that order. I've attempted to try to talk to Mr. Murphy about this, but he refuses to have any real discussions. He claims he's at a different address and refuses to tell me what his current address is. So we're just concerned that he's going to try to use the ability to access the school, and the school has made it clear to my client, and her understanding is that unless there's a court order that says that dad can't take the kids from these places, they're not in a position to stop them. Or if he can't have the contact with them at these places, they're not in a position without a clear order to say so. So we would like the order to continue just so that it kind of fits with the order that was agreed to between the parties and follow through with that process. And then as that goes through, we can readdress this issue.
Very good, Mr. Wood. Thank you. Mr. Murphy, this is your opportunity to respond to Mr. Wood's argument. I'll need you at the podium if you care to respond.
Can I ask, what I did to my kids to not be able to see them? What have I done to my children? Because a relationship there failed. I was a drunk piece of shit. I'm sorry for cussing for a long time, but I changed. I went and got sober. I haven't seen my kids in 5 years. They cut off all contact, phones, everything. I want to see my kids. What's wrong with me calling? I have a recording of me calling. I didn't do anything wrong. I called and asked for my daughter to have my phone number. They took all contact with my children. It's been 5 years. I want to see my kids, sir, please. That's all I want to do. I want to see them and I'll walk away. I'll never bug this lady again. I want to know they're safe. I haven't seen them in 5 years.
This may be the most emotional moment of the entire hearing. You can hear genuine desperation in the father's voice when he says he only wants to know his children are safe. He claims he got sober, changed his life, and simply wants another chance to be their dad. But the judge sees something very different happening in this courtroom. The repeated swearing, interruptions, and refusal to stay calm immediately shift the judge's tone. At one point, the judge even threatens contempt of court and jail time if the behavior continues. And that matters because family court judges don't just evaluate past conduct, they evaluate present behavior too. Then comes the devastating part. The judge openly says giving him another opportunity may have been a mistake. That's a massive statement in a custody hearing because it signals the court no longer trusts the reunification process to move forward safely. And honestly, this raises a difficult question. Can someone prove they've changed if they still lose control the second things stop going their way?
Years.
You swear again.
Sorry.
You swear again.
Sorry.
You swear again.
I'm
You're going to
sorry.
be in contempt of court and you're going to go to jail.
Okay.
Okay? This court has given you respect. It asks for the same in return from you.
Being on my mother's floor.
Have you said everything you wanted to say regarding this issue?
Yep.
Have a seat. The court ceased parenting time between Mr. Murphy and his children because it made a finding that continued contact clearly and convincingly convinced the court that contact would emotionally or psychologically harm the children. It really tried to break towards family reunification when it allowed Mr. Murphy's second motion or his motion to reintegrate with his children. But it seems like that was a mistake because of Mr. Murphy's behavior in the courtroom and his inability to follow orders. So here's the order moving forward and his inability to do anything that he agreed to do back in September, starting with agreeing to enter the order, which would set up the framework for him to see his children. Mr. Murphy complains that he hasn't seen his children, but the reason why he hasn't been able to see them is all of his doing. Number one, drugs and alcohol, domestic violence. Number two, he won't do the work that he needs to do to reunify. And until he does that work to reunify, he will not see the children, not under my watch. You absolutely will not. So you need counseling, you need substance abuse treatment, and until those things are done, you will not see those children. In fact, the order moving forward today is that there's no direct or indirect contact between Mr. Murphy and his children, and there will be absolutely no contact, direct or indirect, until this court orders it. So that amends the order from the referee, Mr. Wood. The counselor does not have the authority to start parenting time. That won't happen until this court.
And just like that, this hearing ends with one of the harshest outcomes possible in family court. Absolutely no direct or indirect contact between this father and his children until the judge personally approves it. No calls, no school contact, no messages, nothing. The judge made it clear that the father's own actions led to this result. According to the court, he failed to complete counseling, substance abuse treatment, and other reunification requirements that were specifically designed to help him reconnect safely with his kids, and during the hearing itself, his emotional outbursts and inability to follow instructions only made things worse. From the father's perspective, this is a desperate man fighting to see his children after years apart. But from the court's perspective, this is someone who still hasn't shown enough stability or accountability to safely re-enter their lives. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think this father deserved another chance, or did he sabotage his own case in court today? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Approves it. That's the order of the court. I'll take care of that. We are all set and in recess.
Thank you, Your Honor.